In today's video, we are going to check our air layers.
Root Healthy Plants.
Terrence here with Root Healthy Plants. We want to check what our cloning process looks like because last year I made the mistake of not checking it and my air layers were successful, but they dried out. So walking into my backyard food forest, the first tree that we come up to is a plum. And a sign that I know that my air layer is probably going well is the fact that we still have leaves and the branch is not dying. If your air layer is killing the branch and the leaves are dying off, then I know this is probably not going to succeed. But I've had this on there for a few weeks now, and we just want to peel off the aluminum foil and check to see if we got any root growth and make sure the growing medium is still hydrated. Let's take off this foil and see what we have growing on. Hopefully something's growing. I know this is not enough time out here to really let the roots grow and set, but I definitely want to get a view, make sure we got some good hydration, and it still looks like there's plenty of moisture in there. I really could put this aluminum foil back, but I want to get a little bit more of a better view of what's going on. Not a whole lot. I don't see any root growth, but that's to be expected. It's still hydrated, and I can tell just visually, I can see the moisture in there, and I just want to cover this back up, and we're just going to let this continue to do its thing. This is a plum tree right here. Now we have the red plum right here. The leaves on this are still doing good. They don't look like anything's dying. And I just want to check the moisture level. I don't see any root growth. Not yet. Let's cover this back up. The next tree that we're checking here is a pear tree. Let me check this one. So I definitely messed up last year and took off the air layers when they were too late. I had good air layers. And I ruined them because I let them dry out. We're not going to do that this year. Nope. The moisture level is great in here. No root growth. Hopefully we have something by the end of the growing season before we start getting frost. Just want to wrap some of that foil back around there real good. And the foil is just to block out sunlight. I mean, it's helping to keep some of that moisture locked in there, but the main purpose is to block out sunlight. So this one right here, just put this tree in the ground this year, cherry. I'm just checking the leaves where the air layer is coming from. So the air layer is on both, it's like where it splits at on both sides. So we got leaves on this side, we have leaves on this side. They're not dying off, and that's a good sign. So let's check the air layer on this, just so I can get a little better view to see what's going on, to see if we're getting any type of root growth on the inside, if anything's starting to happen. I want to kind of show you here how this is looking so far, and you can kind of see what's going on. So maybe it's not full-on root growth yet, but we have some little bulging right there, and I think those are going to turn into roots. Yeah, this is not looking like how it originally started. Something's happening, but we're going to cover this back up and try to lock in that moisture. We're getting some action. Let's move on to the next tree. This is a different type of cherry tree. We will check this one out too. Following up this branch, the leaves are still alive. We're going to open this up and check how things are going on the inside, make sure it's still hydrated, and see if we have any root growth popping up or starts to some root growth. I forgot the name of when a tree starts to show signs of it starting to root, but you don't actually see roots yet. There's a name for it, I just don't remember. We will refoil this, but I just want to see what's going on. And pretty much the same as the last one, we're getting some forming of some root growth potential. So I'll show you on the inside. Inside of this one, we're getting some of the same of what the last one looks like, where roots will potentially be. Just want to kind of block that up, squeeze that in snug, and I'll come back. The next tree we're going to look at is another pear tree. It's looking pretty consistent as far as how far along we are in the process. So right here for this pear, starting from where the air layer starts, going up the branch, we still have plenty of leaves. This thing still looks alive. There's still plenty of elasticity in the branches here. So it's showing signs that we probably will get success with this. Let's open it up and let's check it out. I did an experiment where I did some of them, I added in rooting hormone, and some of them, it was just peat moss, and I want to see if we got different success rate with adding the hormone. Let's check it out. So looking on the inside here, you can see the roots right there. This right here, see that root growth right there? We got root growth, we got action. This one is already a success. I'm going to leave it in there a while longer before I cut this off. So I'm going to wait till it gets a little colder, then we're going to trim this a little lower. We're going to go check this apple tree. So we definitely have pretty much visible success on all of them, but one of them actually rooted. The other ones are showing signs of going to root soon. But this one right here, we look at the leaves. We start from the air layer, go up. The leaves are still vibrant. This thing's not dying, and it's showing signs that this will be another success. But let's check out the inside. Let's do it. So we are successfully cloning our trees. These, as cuttings, will take less time to fruit. It definitely retained its moisture. The goal is success, to successfully clone our fruit trees. That's the goal. Let's try to look at where we made our cut. I don't see any root growth on this one. I didn't check this one, apple tree. This container's looking all busted up a little bit. That's not important. What's going on the inside? I'm definitely seeing signs that this will root. I'm looking at what's the start of some roots there. We're getting signs of rooting in there. There's definitely signs of some rooting, mini roots starting to form right here in the middle. Overall, so far, I'm happy with the amount of success that we're seeing. We definitely got some signs of potential rooting in the future, and we have one that actually has roots on it. But we're doing good. How many fruit trees we got in the ground back here? We have at least 15 fruit trees in this backyard enclosure in the ground already, at least. Shrubs, you name it. But we have some success on our cloning. Let's head to the front. So heading to our front yard enclosure. Ooh, look at those beautiful marigolds. Going inside here, past all the beans, the sea of beans and broccoli and hazelnut. I should have air layered this peach tree right here, this Siberian peach, but I didn't do it this year. I'll do it next year. But I did air layer this nectarine tree right here. So we're gonna check out this nectarine tree and see how it's looking on the inside. Let's see what's going on in here. Anything happening? We're getting some healing over. So if you can see in there, we're getting some healing over. It's hard to tell because this is so much dirt. And if we follow this run up and see, we still have all the leaves and everything. And this is looking vibrant and this is still alive. And we're checking to make sure we still have our hydration, which this is still nice and dark. You can see signs of root growth right there. That's root growth right there. Right there, that's root development right there. Let me cover this back up because I don't want to ruin this just for the video. But we are getting success, and this is in my front yard food forest. We are gonna have a successful clone of this nectarine tree. Beautiful. And actually, this nectarine tree put on 30 fruit this year. So we successfully got 30 fruit from this small little nectarine tree right here. We'll take cuttings from the fig trees, but our nectarine trees, once I put it in the ground, the fruit fell off the first year, which is, you know, pretty normal to be expected. When I was fraying up the roots and making sure that it wasn't going to become root bound while it was planted in the ground. I have confidence that we will probably get fruit next year, but more importantly, we are going to get a clone of this tree and we're going to be able to expand. If you've made it this far in the video, maybe this video intrigued you, you got some value from this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you have a different way or you do the same way of cloning your trees or you would like to clone your trees in the future, put it in the comment section. Let's have the conversation. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Terrence here with Root Healthy Plants. Keep it growing.